After a good rest and some daydreaming, it's finally time to bring this project to life. First up, I'll be turning the tapered shafts, which feature a 2-degree taper angle. Since the steel collet is cylindrical, holding the cone shaft requires a clever trick. I slide a plastic bushing over the other end, which helps center and align the cone shaft in the correct direction. The 6 cone shafts are finished turning. Now I'm going to sandblast them. This will give them a rough surface finish. Now it's time for laser cutting. I'm going to make the entire outer housing out of stainless steel. Inside the xTool software, I generated a Jamaican-style AI image and converted it into vectors suitable for laser cutting. But something went wrong. The lens probably got dirty or damaged. I'm taking it out quickly to find out what's wrong. And yeah, the lens is damaged. But no problem. It simply needs to be replaced with a new one. The replacement process took approximately 5 minutes. By the way, in case I haven't mentioned it yet, this machine is the xTool Metalfab laser welder and CNC cutter. In addition to fabrication, this system is also capable of high-precision laser engraving and laser cleaning. It is the perfect solution for both industrial manufacturing and high-end hobbyist production. Practically speaking, apart from the cone shafts, I can fabricate everything else using this single machine. One of the most advantageous features is the millimeter-accurate workspace preview. The integrated camera system first captures a live image of the processing bed, which is displayed directly on the monitor. This allows for the precise positioning of components within the available space, making the entire fabrication process highly material efficient. The laser cutting is done. Now it's time for bending. For my previous roller machine project, I designed the components out of solid aluminum and ordered them directly from JLC CNC. They offer truly professional CNC machining services with incredible precision. And what I love most is how budget-friendly they are, with top-tier quality and prices starting as low as $1. Plus, their turnaround time is really impressive, with super-fast shipping that gets your custom parts delivered in as little as 3 days. If you're thinking about trying them out for your next build, They are currently offering $123 coupons for new users, making it the absolute perfect time to get started. Now, it's time for sheet metal bending. I can easily form the bottom plate using the 3 mounting screws. The forming of the bottom plate turned out quite well, but now comes the challenge. I cannot secure the top plate, which compromises the bending accuracy. To resolve this, I fabricated a custom cone press that forms my sheets into the perfect shape. This works much better. Therefore, I'm going to form both plates simultaneously, ensuring perfect accuracy upon final assembly. Following the sheet metal bending, the laser welding process can now begin. I'm removing the entire laser gun assembly from the CNC gantry and then replacing the head nozzle to match the welding specifications. I am going to use tack welding with 20% power, which is ideal for a 1 mm sheet. This provides just the right amount of energy to locally fuse the two plates together without burning through or melting the surrounding edges. If you know about welding or you're a pro, comment below. How would you weld this and with what method? After grinding and polishing, the weld seams are completely undetectable on the workpiece. All that's left is fabricating the hinges, which I will also produce using CNC laser cutting. By capturing a quick image of the workspace, I can nest the cutting patterns to be as material efficient as possible. And now comes the most satisfying part of the process, bending the hinges. Months ago, I fabricated this fixture using a wire EDM machine, and it works incredibly well. It's worth spraying on a bit of oil to reduce the friction. All that's left is to weld the hinges on. However, to ensure precise alignment, I am temporarily installing the rollers so that the components meet perfectly upon closing. I think it turned out quite well. I used tack welding here as well, ranging between 15 and 25% power. However, it could still use some final grinding. As an experiment, we are going to color the stainless steel using heat tinting. We will soak the workpiece at 400 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. You can really play around with the coloration here. As the temperature rises, the metal begins to turn blue. I'm not sure exactly what grade of stainless steel this is, but this is how it reacted at 400 degrees. It has a bit of a brass tint to it, especially after cooling down. All that's left now is the final assembly. I'm really excited to see what the product will look like all put together. I'm still not in Jamaica, but this thing might just get me there. This project took about 3 weeks from initial design to final production. Unfortunately, due to YouTube's policies, I can't show the product in action right now, but I will demonstrate it in a short video coming soon. The level of detail speaks for itself. With today's modern software, AI, and of course not the right machinery, you can build literally anything you can imagine. Just out of curiosity, if you'd be interested in a product like this, please drop a comment and let me know which country you are from. We're currently gauging interest, and just like with our previous roller machine, we plan on making these available for sale in the near future. Thank you for watching, and now I'm heading back to get some rest.